Hello, hello. Bl'Artagnan here, bringing you Love, the Melody of Courage, the Edward Lost chapter Lufenia. This fight is a bit of a doozy. It has an incredibly restrictive turn count of 50, which really trying to sell that Palom LD, so you gotta bring the big damage to deal with it. And big damage is what I'm bringing. We have Garland, we have Golbez, and we have Kurasame, who we haven't seen in a while. The idea there is he's going to help manage the orb, provide us with that HP damage debuff that we love so much. And on top of that, he's going to provide that speed down from that debuff as well, which, combined with Garland, Leviathan, and the Terra call that we just used, should help us manage these guys' turns. We're not looking at a no-boss turn run, as you can see here. Oof. But, I don't think they're going to get to act beyond that. We'll see if that comes true, but the goal here was to basically just try to let them act as few times as possible, because they really can mess you up. They're trying to really sell Edward's LD with how aggressive these guys can be and the number of instant kill moves they use. So for now, we're just going to go ahead and keep on delaying them, spamming that round edge, pushing them back, trying to get them below that 80% threshold so that they delay themselves and give us a bit more breathing room. Yeah, Kurasame's damage hasn't really held up that well since he first debuted, but he was never really here for his own personal damage, was he? I'm sure we'll be seeing plenty of him once his Lost Chapter drops. Speaking of dropping, have some meteors. Been really happy with Golbez. He hits so hard on his turns. I know he's not as fast as a lot of the other damage dealers out there, but oof, when he does hit it, it's good times. You're going to see that throughout the course of the fight. He's kind of bringing the bulk of the damage for this team. There we go, we push them both back. Now that we no longer have to worry about the orb, I'm going to bring in my buddy Raw Life here. You can check him out on YouTube and Twitch. Shoutouts to Raw Life. Going to get that burst effect going. We're going to be trying to spend as much of the fight as possible under the influence of one of the two Garland burst effects we have access to, because it's just so powerful, you know? I'm pretty sure these bosses use a variety of set to 0 HP moves, so Golbez won't be too useful with his burst, so it's okay. It's a fun fact, that Brave hit in the launch that Garland did delayed the boss, because that's another feature of Garland is, since he delays on Brave hits, that includes when he's in launch. And now we've pushed him below... Oh, we just missed it. I thought we got him below 59. So right now we're trying to race these guys from 80% to 59% so that they go into their calm down, not going to kill us phase. Not that we plan on letting them act anyway, but that's just kind of the general idea of that phase of the fight is if they act at all during that phase, you're dead. Which is great. That's fun. Instant kill moves those are good times. Anyway, we're just trying to push these guys down to the 50% mark as fast as we can. Taking advantage of the fact that we have two delaying units on the field. I actually make a small mistake, I think. I definitely made a mistake of sorts in that what I'm about to do here with Garland is I probably should have just burst at this point to take advantage of the other Garland burst effect that was on the field. Well, I decided, I ended up not, and in hindsight I probably should have, because that guy ends up moving, the HP damage up from Ignis falls off. Basically, I lost out on a lot of damage between both of those things, losing the Garland burst effect and losing the Ignis call there. So, we spoilers, we do end up making the turn count, but would have been a lot less close, I think, had I just burst at that moment. I guess at the time I was trying to be a little bit more conservative, since I knew for this phase of the fight, they're going to be... Yeah, just in hindsight, it didn't make sense. I can't really justify it. Wasn't a great idea. but it's okay. Now we can burst. And first we use the Terra LD call to get that refund. Not as much refund as I think, what's his name, Camelot would have given. But, you know, I think the fact that we got that speed down on them early on probably makes up for it. Helped us really kind of control their turns. Push them back. And pushing them back is exactly what we're going to be doing, spamming round edge. You'll notice that I tried to go in, I went in here, I used the LD before I went into the burst so I could get an extra use of round edge. Make the most of that AoE delay. So I was thinking about when to go in burst, I probably should have done it at a different time. Golbez continuing to do tremendous damage even this late in the fight. And I'm going to go ahead and hit B there, figuring that I'm going to get a refund from Terra, so I can use Kurasame to launch with, with Garland having just battered himself. Probably should have used a move other than the AA there to get more damage off the launch for Kurasame, but it's all good. Yeah, Golbez still putting up like 300k. Granted, the Garland effect I think is helping that a good deal, but this late in the fight, seeing such impressive numbers feels good. Getting pretty up there on turn count. We're at 44 turns now. We're at the part where we just start chucking snakes at them and hoping for the best. Just a little bit batteried up from that Terra LD, so we were able to get a nice chunky EX from Garland, which is nice. Just shy of 400k. Trying to decide when to go. I'm trying to decide when I want to go into the summon because I want to make sure I'm maximizing my damage there. I don't want to go in with Kurasame first because he's, least damage per turn. So we start with Garland. Start spamming his LD. Well, spamming, I say using his last LD. Getting kind of close here. Basically throwing everything we have at them, but I think it's going to be enough. As I was recording this, I was kind of clenching a little bit because it was looking very, very close, especially knowing that Kurasame was going to get a turn. That said, Golbez LD does some great damage. Not quite enough from Kurasame to kill that guy, so gonna go ahead and use our last round edge, hope for the best, and it's time for Golbez to take us home. The Dark Enchant just to be safe. Rising Wave, there we go. That's it, Edward's Lost Chapter. Just barely made the turn count, that was a doozy. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Adios.